Hi everybody, I'm Brutazilla, and today's review is on a figure that I've wanted for a very long time. One of my holy grails, Anguirus 1968, 30 centimeters from X Plus Daimond Reissue. Thank you, thank you again, John Stanowski, owner of Kaiju Addicts, and Flossie's Gifts is where I bought this guy from. Thank you very much. Pre-ordered this guy with the Daimond Reissue, and basically it was a really affordable, cheap price compared to the original Japanese release. But yeah, this is the beautiful box cover art. The same exact box cover for the Japanese release with the edition of the PS Previews exclusive. And then, basically typical 30 centimeter box. I've kind of been missing getting these cool boxes because seems like most of my X Plus figures I've gotten that are brand new don't have a colorful box art, except for I believe Godzilla 2014 had a colorful box art, from what I can remember. But yeah. Anyway, get the box out of the way here. I'm doing this one-handed. Okay. Here is the figure. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, I own the 25 centimeter. Well, I'll get into that later, but this is just the most, my opinion, the most beautiful Anguirus sculpt figure, whatever, out there that you can possibly get. I mean, if you haven't got this guy, please do so. If you get the chance, please do it. He is definitely worth adding to your collection. He is it's just a beautiful sculpt. It's pretty much Anguirus from the movie. Whatever movie you want to depict him as from. Basically, this is his 1968 suit from Destroy All Monsters, but they also use this in like a cameo of Godzilla's Revenge. I think that was just stock footage, maybe. Yeah, stock footage. And then Gigan, which is pretty much one of his most famous roles, and which is pretty much why I love this guy. And then, of course, you got your little cameo in Megalon and Mechagodzilla. He was in Mechagodzilla, but the inclusion of having no front fangs, which is weird. But anyway, on to the figure. I just adore this figure. I mean, I've wanted this guy for so long, and he is well worth owning. We're getting up close and personal here. The sculpt is just beautiful. It just looks like Anguirus straight from the movie. He is basically all, I guess you could say, kind of like, I don't know, charcoalish, brownish, charcoalish color all over with like brown highlights, and he's got like, I want to say bone cream colored for the horns all over his body. The horn here, the horns on his head for the crown. His eyeballs are really gorgeous, like look like doll eyes, glass eyeballs. You see the shine on them when you get it light, and the mouth is painted beautifully. It's like a deep red in there, if you guys can see. With this, try my best. The teeth are all the same color. Everything of the horns and fingernails are all the same color on this guy. And the scales on this guy, the scales are just so detailed. I just love the ridges right here, like how they protrude out of the figure. So if you like put your, like, I guess if you were gonna pet your Anguirus and you go like that, like forehead, you would feel the bumps like right here because they're protruding forward. It's really cool. Really detailed figure. And just all the little details. The horns here, the little horns on his front legs. The fingernails here. And the spikes. I'll go to the spikes first. Oh, there is a seam here but really seams don't really bother me. I don't know if seams bother a lot of people, but seams don't bother me. I could care less. And there's really no articulation in this guy. The only thing I guess you could say that's somewhat articulated, I just thought it was kind of funny, and I wouldn't recommend doing this. I mean, like, just I guess if you were a really good at editing, molding your figures, or I guess you could say, like, I don't remember what the word is right now, but if you're good at making models and stuff and molding your figures and stuff and making them your own custom fit, I guess you could make this a closed mouth Anguirus. At least mine does it, because see how his mouth is open. I notice if I do this, you can make it closed mouth. See, which is kind of cool. But like I said, I wouldn't recommend doing that. I like it open mouth better the way it is, but I'm not an expert in that. But anyway, the spikes are just beautiful. All the spikes, all the detail in this porcupine ankylosaurus looking guy here. How they protrude out in different directions, and all the same color, the creamy yellowish color. And then what I like about the difference between the 25 centimeter and the, well, I'll get into that, but I just like how it's kind of neat here, how this leg is like out, the foot right here is outwards, where you turn them around, the foot is inwards like this. And I think that's kind of cool because it looks like he's in mid-crawling, mid-crawl or mid-walking or whatever. And the underside of the belly here, really, really detailed. He's kind of like got brown highlights on his belly and his tail, like to show like he's dirty, I guess you could say. Really, really cool. Love all the detail in this guy, going all the way down, and then all the details in his spikes. And this guy is definitely a shelf hog because his tail is pretty long. So you're gonna have a lot of shelf space for this guy, mostly because of his tail. But I would say if you got the chance to get this guy, get him now. Get him, at an affordable price. This guy is definitely worth adding to your collection, and he completes my Godzilla vs. Gigan collection. So let's get into size comparisons. I will do this size comparison first because this one I'm going to take the longest with. I want to compare the 30 centimeter Anguirus with the 25 centimeter Anguirus. And this was the very first Anguirus I ever bought. Well, my first X Plus figure when it comes to Anguirus. Got this from my bro, Burley Vang. Gave me a great deal on this guy. And I was happy to acquire this Anguirus because I wanted Anguirus. And I wanted the 30 centimeter more, but I was glad to get this guy, and I'm glad I own both of them. They're both beautiful figures, and obviously this is the 30 centimeter, 25 centimeter. He's big old giant compared to this little one. And obviously, looking at him right off the bat, you notice the differences. I remember on Rich Isso's one of his fresh vinyl videos, live videos, I had asked a question, and him and the people that were on the show or the video answered the question for me. My question was, I think when I first started doing YouTube videos, which Anguirus was the better Anguirus, the 30 centimeter or the 25 centimeter? Because I just started getting into X Plus, and I just wanted to know. And some of them owned them both, some of them didn't, and they answered the questions for me pretty much saying the main differences besides the size and the different paint jobs, I guess basically the looks, is this Anguirus is looking more fierce, looking, and this Anguirus is pretty much more movie accurate. And I really do agree with what they have said, because looking at them in person, it is true. It is very true. He looks more like the movie, and this one looks somewhat a bit stylized in my opinion, because he looks more fierce, but I mean, he still looks like Anguirus to me. But yeah, very, very beautiful figures. And I noticed the scales on this guy have less detail than they do on the 30 centimeter, especially on the forehead, because like I was telling you here, the scales don't protrude. See that? How they don't protrude on the forehead? But on this one, you can see that the scales protrude. See how they're coming like forward on the top of his head right there? And you can feel it if you rub your finger going up that way too, you know. I thought that was kind of neat. Like, oh, they got a little bit of differences. So the scales seem like this one's got more detail in it than compared to this one. I don't know if that's just because he's a 30 centimeter versus the 25 centimeter, but I mean, they both got great detail in them. And obviously this guy's a lighter painted color compared to this darker brown version. And obviously this one's darker red. And then this one's more of a pinkish color, and obviously his mouth more wide open. And they seem to be having almost the similar color when it comes to the spikes and the horns and stuff. Almost similar. This one's more brighter. This one's more darker. And I'll say for one thing, besides this guy being movie accurate and then this guy being fierce, grabbing these guys like this one is more sharper. The spikes on this guy are sharper. Even these here are sharper. This not too much, but mostly this here and this here, they feel sharp. And these guys, they're I mean, they would hurt, but they don't feel as sharp as compared to the 25 centimeter. They just feel dull. Especially right here, these feel really dull. But that's just you know, the thing I pretty much found out about. Even the spikes on the end are really sharp. So this guy is definitely more fierce and more sharpy, I guess. Also, I like how, like I said before, I was comparing the feet back here. These feet both are the same, like this. You know, protruding inwards. Where, of course, the Anguirus, the 30 centimeter Anguirus, you got inwards and then outwards, which I think is pretty cool. So, you know, it gives them a little bit of difference, you know, in that department. But, yeah, I just wanted to do a comparison with that. If you guys, you know, wanted to know which one. In my opinion, the 30 centimeter kills it. It's, to me, my opinion only, this is the superior figure. They're both great figures to own. They're both good figures, but if I had to pick one, the 30. Okay, now let's get on to obviously another size comparison I have to do with the 30 centimeter Godzilla. Definitely looks great together. Two best buds from Godzilla vs. Gigan. And got Destroy All Monsters. They're both in Destroy All Monsters too. Well, this is pretty much, you know, they're pretty much based off the Destroy All Monsters movie. But yeah, they look great together. If you wanted to have Godzilla and Anguirus best buddies, I don't know if I can fit all of them on here. No, I really don't think I can, unless I play around with this here. But no, I don't want to drop anything. I'm just going to put them all separately on here. I was going to try to do a Godzilla vs. Gigan collage, but I can't. This table tray is too small. But anyway, we got Gigan here. And they look great together. Despite Gigan being a little smaller than the regular 30 centimeters, and he's not, you know, I mean, he's not in scale with the Godzilla 68 that I just had. Despite that, you know, they still look great together, Gigan and Godzilla, and when Gigan and Anguirus stand next to each other, they look great as well. This is the Gigan, the 30 centimeter Rick version with the light up eyes. I'm assuming he's going to This is going to be the same one that's Daimond's going to get. I believe they pushed it to March. It was going to be in February, but now they pushed him to March. So March, the Daimond reissue. Well, Daimond will reissue this guy in March now. Apparently, that's what I heard the release date is. So yeah, this is if you guys ordered Anguirus and Gigan, which you guys now have to wait for March. This is kind of like a little preview of what to expect when you get Gigan and Anguirus. This is what they'll look like next to each other. Pretty freaking badass. I love Gigan. He's definitely one of my favorite kaijus or Godzilla monsters. And now, my last size comparison. Let me grab him here. King Ghidorah. And they look great together. Definitely, I don't know if I would say in scale. It's kind of mixed a mixed bag with this, because if you pay attention to the to the movies where Ghidorah's, they'll show a Ghidorah, it seems King Ghidorah is bigger in Ghidorah, Three-Headed Monster, Godzilla vs. Monster Zero, and Destroy All Monsters, and it seems like the suit that they have, if it's the same suit or if they made a new suit, I'm not an expert on that, but it seems like the suit they used in Godzilla vs. Gigan, obviously, it's not. It doesn't seem like King Ghidorah's all his glory. I think they had a lower budget, and that's why the strings didn't move around as crazy as the other, the way he did in the older movies. But if you notice and pay attention real good, it seems the King Ghidorah's suit is smaller. Like he's a smaller King Ghidorah. Like, even Godzilla seems really, really tall next to him if you watch Godzilla vs. Gigan. So, in a way, this is the 25 centimeter King Ghidorah, and this is 30 centimeters, but in a way, they look great together. I mean, because since King Ghidorah seems smaller in the movie, they seem size accurate. I mean, if you were going for accuracy, they do really seem size accurate. But that's just my opinion. King Ghidorah does look smaller in Godzilla vs. Gigan if you guys, watch it and pay attention. But yeah, they look great together regardless. And yeah, I'm glad I own. Yeah, there's no way I can put them all on here. I'm gonna try. Just for a little bit, I'm gonna try. If I can, I can't. Yeah, there's no way I can. Without dropping anything. Yay, they're in the shot. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. I highly, highly recommend getting this guy. This guy is just perfect. He's one of the most perfect X Plus figures I've ever owned. Definitely accurate. I can see why he's so rare and highly sought after. The elusive Anguirus, 30 centimeters from X Plus, Daimond Reissue. If you can, please try to get him. It's too late for pre-orders. Try to get them, for a cheap price somewhere. But if you guys want your chance to get awesome X Plus figures like this and Gigan, for Daimond Reissues, try pre-ordering Flossie's Gifts. I think he's still pre-ordering. Thank you again, John Stanowski. I love this guy, and I can't wait to get the other figures I ordered from your websites. And so yeah, check out Kaiju Addicts, where John does all these really awesome reviews and pictures. Pictures are just phenomenal. And check out Flossie's Gifts to pre-order the new Daimond Reissues if they're still available for pre-order. And check out the X Plus Collectors Group on Facebook, where you meet a lot of cool people and get all the up-to-date on X Plus. Do that on Kaiju Addicts as well. And that's pretty much it, guys. So yeah, please comment, like, and subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, everybody, go Godzilla!